Happy Friday. Giving everyone a virtual sage cleaning this Friday. It's 12:15 on the dot. So welcome to Midday Mindfulness with Bree, where we take just a few moments throughout our day to get mindful. Welcome. We'll wait just a few more minutes and then we'll start our mindfulness midday practice, which is a combination of breath work, mindfulness, which is kind of a yogic practice as well as like a meditation practice, and then an actual meditation practice that is guided through. I had a meditation practice picked, but I might change it today. So as I wait for a few more people to hop on, I'm going to just take a peek at some of the ones I had marked. Aw, thank you, love bug. See you soon. Ooh, this is a good one. I just found a different mindfulness practice for us today. All right, so let's get started with some breath work. I always like to start off with cleansing breath because it helps just clear out the energy from even just getting to this moment. So you can have your eyes open or your eyes closed. We'll take a deep inhale through the nose and you exhale it out your mouth. Just letting everything go. Inhale again through your nose. Exhale it out your mouth. Let it go. One last time. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out your mouth. Let it go. And now allow your inhales and exhales as best you can come through the nose. And sometimes we get asked, why do you want the inhale and exhale to come through the nose? And one thing that really stuck with me that I learned through some of my trainings and workshops that I have gone through, welcome, is that you try to take the inhale and exhale through the nose for a few reasons. The nose naturally filters the air for the body, as well as one of the highest points that you can take in oxygen. Of course, your eyes take in oxygen, but the highest point that you can take in oxygen and control it is through the nose. So we'll take a few breaths in and out through the nose. And just allow it to be your normal breathing. Don't try to control the breath or change the breath. Let's just observe where our breath is at. And observing where the breath is at will tell you where you're at for the day. So you may notice the breath is a little more shallow. You may have really deep, heavy breathing. You may be really grounded today. For me, I notice my inhale and my exhales don't match. I'm a little wonky, a little wavy today because I didn't get much sleep last night. So the breath kind of gauges. It's like a thermometer for your body, and it tells you the temperature of what the body is at and where the body is at that day. So that's why we work with the breath. And we'll work with the breath just a little bit more by bringing more awareness into the breath and now working with the flow of the breath. And we'll start off just by balancing out the breath. So take an inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath at the top. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale again. We're balancing out the breath if you just joined us for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath at the top. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take just a few more rounds of breath like that, doing your own count, counting up for a count of 4 on the inhale. And exhaling for a count of 4 on the exhale. And just notice once you start to even out the breath, how the body feels. Observe if it has changed from those first few breaths, those first cleansing breaths. Notice if it's changed from when you were observing your natural breath. And for many of us, it helps us to get a little more relaxed, a little more calm. And today we'll work with some breath retention, which is one of my favorite breath exercises. I feel like I say that about just about all of these that I teach, but breath retention is one of my favorite breath exercises. So what you'll do is we'll inhale and then we'll hold. And you hold just enough for you, not to where you're going to pass out, not to where you think you're getting really dizzy or anything. You hold just enough to observe the breath. And for all of us, that could be different, and it will be different. And then you gently release it out on the exhale. So this is one form of breath retention. So we'll take a deep breath in. And we'll hold the breath at the top, and now you just hold. For no amount of time, you may start breathing again. It's fine. And then exhale. And let's try that breath retention one more time. So we'll inhale again, fill the breath all the way up, and then you hold at the top for any amount of time. Just observing your breath as it's being held. And you can start your regular breathing at any time. Some of us are holding a little bit longer. And then the exhale, we release it out. Last one, just like that, doing our breath retention. We'll inhale and then we'll just hold the breath for any amount of time. So take a deep breath in and hold your breath. Just observe where your breath is at. Keep on holding and then exhale. So that's one form of breath retention that you can do. I love doing the breath retention. It's one of my favorite practices of breath work because as you hold the breath, it kind of takes your focus off of anything else that's going on and you're observing that you are holding your breath. So things that were cluttering your mind before just start to ease out of the body. The second way to do breath retention is to do an exhale and you hold on the exhale. So we'll take a regular inhale, regular exhale. And then we'll inhale again, and then you exhale, and let all that air go out of the lungs, and you just hold for just a couple of moments here. And don't hold to where you're gonna feel like you're gonna pass out or you're gonna get dizzy, but just hold enough for you, and you can always add to it later on. And now inhale again. Exhale. So we're doing breath retention now on the exhale. So we'll take a deep breath in again. And on the exhale, we let out all the air. And then we don't sip anything else in, which let me tell you, it's very hard to do while I'm talking to you guys. And then inhale. And then exhale. So those are two forms of breath retention and breath work you can do. And you'll notice as you're doing those, it's really hard to take your focus or your mind to anything else besides the fact that you are practicing this retention of breath, whether you're holding it in or whether you're exhaling and not allowing anything else in. And it's a great way just to observe where you're at. And if you have a lot of things on your mind, it helps to clear your mind. So moving into our mindfulness practice today, I am working with this book of 3,299 mantras, tips, quotes, koans, and peace and serenity and all kinds of stuff. It's this cute little book. And I honestly feel like someone gifted this to me. Whoever you are that gifted this to me, thank you. And I'm just going to read one of the quotes in here. And it's from Tao Te Ching. In dwelling, live close to the ground. In thinking, keep to the simple. In conflict, which I know many of us are conflicted with having to be inside the house like this. Hey, Lana. In conflict, be fair and generous. And governing, do not try to control. Another hard one for us to do right now. In work, do what you enjoy. In family life, be completely present. And I'll read that one more time. In dwelling, live close to the ground, so keep yourself grounded. And thinking, keep to the simple. Don't overcomplicate things. And conflict, be fair and generous. And governing, do not try to control. In work, do what you enjoy. In family life, be completely present. And as we have these moments with our loved ones, if you do live in a household that you have your family with you, it's really important to be present in this moment with your family and enjoy these moments, because it's not very often that you'll get to spend this much time with your loved ones. And if you're like me and you live far away from your loved ones, take these opportunities to reach out to your loved ones. Contact and call your mom, your sisters, your brothers, send them a text, and be there with them in spirit, because we're all in this together. Allow your eyes to close. You can do this seated or you can do this laying down. If you're seated, you're rooting down through your sit bones, you're elongating through the spine, feeling as if something's pulling from the crown of the head. Sitting up nice and tall, allow your eyes to close. And take just a moment to think about what we just read. And then gently allow that thought of what we just read to pass. And simply just observe your breath, observe your body, see where you're at. And then gently allow that to pass. And just see if you can just be. So we usually think that meditation is the absence of thoughts. You guys, let me actually... All right, so we usually think of our meditation practice as the absence of thoughts, or that we have to have our mind super clear, and that's just not realistic. I like to look at the meditation practice as being mindful, so being mindful of what comes in and then allowing things to pass so that I can have a moment just to be. So we'll try this again now that I don't have someone calling my phone. Allow your eyes to close. And just allow your body to settle. And just observe where you're at today. Don't try to change anything. Don't try to focus on anything. Just be. And as you take this moment just to be, things are going to come to mind. Sounds from the outside world are going to come to your ears. If you're like me, your phone may ring during your meditation practice. But acknowledge it and allow it to pass. Take 10 more quiet moments to yourself. See if you can let those thoughts not being annoying, or let those sounds not annoy you, and just acknowledge that they're there. Let them exist. But don't let them take you away from being here right now. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out your mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out your mouth. Thank you, lovely humans, for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.